Hey, listen, welcome to Rauta's preview of a festival, this time in Germany, Acherontic Arts number 4. Now, those of you who are familiar with the given channel and my trips to the regular festivals, which are in my case always Steelfest and Turku Saatanalle in Finland, usually means Inferno and Beyond the Gates in Norway. This time we decided to do something different, and by mean I mean me and my cameraman Arto. Yes, it's time to do some virgin trip for us. Why so? First of all, one needs change every now and then, and secondly, let's be honest about it, I wasn't too convinced about Inferno's this year's lineup. So instead of 4 days in Oslo, Norway, we decided, hey, let's go to Germany, because it's good always to meet some new people, and also, of course, meet and see and interview some bands which are not gonna be playing here in Finland or in Norway for that matter. Some of these names I've seen, some of their names have popped up in my radar in terms of Finland and Norway, my frequent places, but something is different and that something is worth a trip, even if this is probably the most expensive trips for me. So money-wise, can't really say it's gonna be that good, but maybe it's gonna be. So, Acherontic Arts Festival number 4, 11th and 12th of April 2025. So roughly a month away. A little bit less, but let's not get stuck in details. So this is a festival that has taken place a few times already, as you can figure out. And it's organized by Van Records, a records label which is known for really quality work, especially with the beautiful vinyl CD releases, which, even if the music wouldn't be that great, always look super great. And they have been one of those labels that have supported Rauta with brilliant packaging, brilliant releases over the time. So maybe that affected me unconsciously, subconsciously, obviously, not unconsciously. So anyway, my point here it is, it's just not about, label treating well, but it's also for me a good chance to see some of the bands I've never seen. And I was scouting this list of names and I figured there's like maybe 2 bands I've seen in the first place, which seems surprising given that I've gone through, black metal and death metal festivals for something like, more than 30 years now. And still, most of these names haven't really, gotten in my way, meaning makes me think why I shouldn't go there. And I decided, talking to my cameraman, can you make it? Can you do it? Can you travel with me? Can you make those dates if we skip Norway this year? And here it is. Just this week earlier, I booked finally some accommodation. Flights were already taken care of, and now it's good time to see what this lineup is all about. As you can see, these names are those bands which I've signed to Van Records. I'm not sure if everything is, still active, but at least they have released the music there, so makes sense. It's like a festival for the bands they have, done releases with, so it's all the beauty right there. I don't know if there's an obvious headlining name because there are no bigger logos for that matter. And in terms of size and, fame and success, for me it would be kind of hard to just pick some of the names like these are better, these are bigger, or whatever than some of the smaller names. Maybe it's even fair this time rather than seeing a couple of, obvious main names and then warm-up names, but I don't know what's the story. This is how the poster looks like, and for me, the bands I've gotten, see during the years or festivals or whatever are Hornum Rife, a band that I've seen at least 3 times so far, and one of the best bands from Norway these days. That's probably the least interesting me in that terms because I've seen them many times, but then again, they play so fierce social, why not? And because I couldn't interview them in Norway last year due to sickness, not me, but some band members, I hope this time we can, do it finally. Darvaza had played at some events I've been to, and I've been lucky to talk to some of the members in the band over the years, occasionally, just brief moments and all, but it would be definitely nice to do interview with them as well. So you probably guessed it right. these are some of the bands I've already contacted. Other ones, Ruins of Beverust, a long time veteran band, and Stille. This is not to say that the other bands wouldn't be worth, interviewing. Obviously they are. If I had the time and possibility, I would interview them all. But I also realize we're gonna run out of time if I were to, try that out. But all these bands are interesting for at least a couple of reasons. Like I said, they don't often play in places where I go, which are usually Inferno and Beyond the Gates in Norway, or places like Turku Saatanalla at Steelfest in Finland. So why they are not traveling? Maybe are they not big enough? Aren't they successful? Like what's going in German water and all that stuff? I do not have the answers, but even so, or because of that, it's very, very interesting for me to get to see these bands, especially because I've reviewed some of the bands over the years, like Chapel of Disease and Omega Swarm and Sulfur Aeon and Stille and Hordom Rife, among others. There are a couple of names and which I only know by name, like Morast. I don't, really remember their music. Oh, I'm familiar. Then there's this one particular band which a lot of people can probably guess what it's gonna be, but let's see about that later on. But so far, this looks pretty nice. It's taking place in Oberhausen, which is nearby Essen. Or, technically speaking, I don't know if Oberhausen is part of Essen or whatever. And we're going to be a couple of days in Düsseldorf. And then to travel to Essen and all that stuff to see these bands. So, 4 days in Germany. A couple of days as a pure tourist and a couple of days for, as a festival visitor. Means also, if you just happen to be in the city, that is Düsseldorf, or here in Oberhausen, and you want to catch up for beers or make an interview, yeah, sure, send me a message and let's figure it out. During the festival days, however, I will be focusing on these given bands that I'm trying to reach for interviews, and let's see if that happens. Now, since this is my first time to be in the given city and at the given fest, obviously I can hardly tell you any tips how to go there. For example, in our case, we're traveling first to Düsseldorf for a couple of days, and then we're gonna take the local train or whatever it's called, commuter or whatever, to this particular city where we'll be spending a couple of nights, rather nearby the festival area. And what I also already noticed, because, booking the hotel rooms quite late, just a month away, is like some of the, nearby hotels with best prices are already booked full. So in case you're a little bit late to the party like me, prepare to do a little bit more walking or just spend more coin to your festival hotel or whatever Airbnb you were looking for. I don't know, but we decided to do it nicely. We're older guys. We want some comfortable places, and breakfast and also, yeah. But I will obviously do a review of the given festival once it's finally done. Then I can say what we did wrong, how we should have actually traveled or whatever to the given places and everything. So let's see about that when we're finally, done with the, given event about 1 month from now. So it's going to be interesting for me personally, seeing a new festival. That's always something more than welcome to happen. And obviously, should you have any questions or comments regarding Rauta going to this particular festival, just let me know. If you have some cool tips or some pointers that you want me to know, yeah, feel free to share with me. And of course, don't be a stranger if you see me at the venue. Pull me by the sleeve and we can have a beer and talk and whatever. But more than that, obviously, let's wait for the review. And once I know which bands I'm going to interview, I will announce them on Rauta's Patreon site, where you can see those interviews prior to, them being public and everything. Now, I hope this helped. You will get this link to the festival's Facebook page as well as the obvious official page from the description box. So check out the information in case I got you interested in some German black metal festival. Maybe see you there, maybe don't. Now, off you go. Bye-bye.